Alright, so I'm just gonna put this out here right now. I enjoyed this week's episode of Shigatsu. I do not think it was bad because, I always have to give these warnings before I actually go into the show because there are some stuff that I'm going to just kind of pick apart because there are a lot of things that kind of stand out. And in this episode of Shigatsu, I have to say, now I can officially say that the chibis are way too abundant. There's way too many of them because originally in the series, it just felt as if like, hey, there's one chibi here, there's one chibi here, there's like 2 or 3 in the entire episode, and I'm fine with that. Now the problem is that there's literally almost a chibi or 2 in every scene, and it's like they transition from chibi serious, chibi serious, chibi serious. Now they don't do it to an Akame ga Kill level, but they do it enough to where it doesn't, you don't really, you're kind of mixed on where to put your mood or your tone. You just kind of don't know. But in terms, that was one of the problems that I had with this episode. The other thing I have with this episode, along with a lot of the series, is there are some times where there are just like no faces at like close-up positions. Here's the thing with no faces, not having a face in a show is completely fine as long as the character is at a distance. Like, if the no face makes complete sense, it's fine. But when you can see when it's like at, visible range to see like the face, there should be a face. And I can point out there was a point at 5:30 on Crunchyroll, there was a point around 13:07, and I'm not trying to nitpick, I'm just pointing these out. And this isn't really going to lower the score, it's just kind of here to point out that A1 is really inconsistent with this show in terms of like art and animation, because on one hand, this episode, there were parts in this episode like the beginning that looked absolutely phenomenal, and then you have the parts with like no faces around the 5:30, like then you have like this abundance of chibis. There's like this animation felt like a blur. It looked good, but it was really just like blurring hands. But like I said, that wasn't really bad in terms of animation. Aside from that, there wasn't really any bad towards this episode other than those couple of points. I'm just gonna say this now. I think I'd give this episode around a 7.5-ish, because there were problems, and they're abundant now. And while story and characters are a lot bigger than presentation, and a music anime it kind of has to be balanced in a sense. Not completely balanced, but it needs to be more balanced than what it feels like it kind of is leaning towards. Especially when you're putting this much budget into a show, it's like, you can't just show us like a good scene here, there, and here, and then expect us, kind of to not transition to a scene that looks that good. But it's not really that. It's like, the art and animation aren't really a problem, it's just that there are some flaws with them. So, anyways, going on with the good in the episode. We got Kaori, and it seems as if we're actually getting more information on the characters, which is a good thing because that means that we're going to get more character development, and this is always great. You always want good character development. That's, kind of needed, necessary, has to be there, depending on the character. And because these characters, they really do need the development, and they've already started with it. It's like, Watery Ari is getting just a bit of development. What's her name? God damn it. I don't remember her name, but you know what I'm talking about. The girl that's not Kaori, the one that knew Kosei, like, before he met Kaori, yeah, that shit. Then there's Kosei, who's clearly going under development. There's, like, Kaori, who we're getting more information on. So it's a good thing that we're actually getting information on characters. I always think that that's a really great thing. And then, they had the scene from the preview. This goes back to the animation and stuff, where it's inconsistent, but when it looks good, it really looks fucking beautiful. Like, there's the point in the, like, where they showed that scene from the preview with, like, the water and the raining down. That looked absolutely gorgeous and fantastic. Then you have the part where, like, at the beginning of the episode, like, the tsundere part that I felt like they could have cut out. But even then, the field of view and the depth of view in that scene were absolutely outstanding. It was just like, whoa. So other than that, I don't really think I have. Yeah, I think that's about it. Other than one thing, Shigatsu is now a meteorologist. It predicts the weather. I know that sounds weird, but it's just like how Black Bullet predicted the Ebola outbreak. Today, it rained here in Indiana, and it rained in Shigatsu this week. So yeah, Shigatsu predicting the weather. Damn. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like and a comment, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Deuces.